right, Neil, if you want to go ahead and stand up, we'll get this readjusted for you.
I've been through the same thing.
Been through what?
What am I doing here, man?
Because you're our only link to information, Neil. Without you, we have nothing.
Well, I have to ask. You have to understand that,
I
right?
didn't even think nothing of it. My girl was constantly saying, what is your mom doing? It's dangerous. I've been shit their pants. This is ridiculous. Second time this happened.
On September 13, 2023, in Troy, Illinois, a frantic 911 call came in just after 1:30 in the morning. The caller was 46-year-old Neil Howard, claiming that someone had just fled his mother's bedroom and that she wasn't responding. When officers arrived at the home on Lower Marine Road, they were met by a heavily intoxicated Neil outside of the property, who insisted his mother had been attacked by a man she met online. But inside the house, the scene told a far darker story. Lying on her back in the bedroom was 61-year-old Norma Caraker, Neil's mother, unconscious, blood in her mouth, with a bungee cord wrapped tightly around her neck. She was pronounced dead shortly after paramedics arrived, despite the immediate CPR attempt. Neil, who lived in his mother's basement, was the only person at the scene. Though he claimed the mystery date had escaped through the back door, officers found no tracks, and the canines did not catch any scent, which meant the focus quickly turned to Neil. Within hours, he was brought to the station, and once inside the interrogation room, his drunken confusion and shifting stories began to expose a truth much darker than the one he had reported in that 911 call.
What am I doing here, man? Can I call my kid?
Here's the thing. You are our only link to any information at this moment. So we have me and Detective Newcomb, and Lieutenant would have to have you readily available to talk to as soon as we can get this paperwork
I'm
done.
telling you, look in that spare bedroom.
We have- I
I
understand that, but we have to get the
So
search.
you know actually I'm going to the front room, and now I'm going there in the wrong fucking room.
We have to get the search warrant done before we can do anything in there, okay?
Why am I here?
Because you're our only link to information, Neil. Without you, we have nothing, okay?
I'm trying to tell you guys in the wrong room.
But listen,
You
we're
go in
going
that room and then bring the dog and he's gonna treat that fucking.
we're gonna go to every bedroom, okay? And I have to do the search warrant before I can do anything
I
else.
think the dog is whining at the door, something's wrong. So I went in there, my mom is a very loud, vocal, stomping on the floor. I'm in the face, and I hear her, I can almost hear her open her cage, and look in there, I got her plugged next to my bed, so I don't hear sexually abused. She needs on there.
So you gotta let us do our job. And our only link to information right now is you, okay? So that's the reason we need you here,
That's what I gotta do, I like.
okay? That's the reason we need you here.
From the start, Neil was extremely confused as to why he was even taken to the police station. Alongside being quite upset, the officers needed him to calm down and sober up a bit first before they could talk to him.
Yeah, I thought you already got water. You haven't got it yet?
I gotta drink up the.
No, just I'll get you a bottle of water. Just, it's fine, I'll get it for you.
After around 2 hours of waiting, a detective came in to see if Neil was ready to talk. Despite Neil saying he's ready, the officer could still see Neil is drunk. And as he was about to leave, Neil said something interesting.
Hold on, but before I can listen to you for everything, I gotta have you sign your rights that you're telling me all this stuff so I know what to do and what to go look at, okay? You know that stuff, you know I have to do that, and then you can tell me all
This
of
is
it.
my father,
So-
man. You know, I've been through the same thing with my father.
Been through what?
Look, if I know what I'm doing, then look. This is ridiculous. Second time this happened,
Second time what happened?
what you guys are doing right now.
Neil saying he's done this whole process before was interesting. As it was true, Neil has been in this situation before, and for the same type of thing he is there for now. Back in 2006, Neil was investigated after the suspicious death of his father. His father had been found dead in his home after him and Neil supposedly had a struggle as Neil attempted to take a gun off his intoxicated dad, and unfortunately, during the struggle, the gun shot at the dad, killing him instantly. Though he was detained and questioned, prosecutors at the time didn't have enough evidence to prove the shot was deliberate, and the case was closed. For investigators, this prior history was impossible to ignore. Now, with his mother dead, Neil's past looked less like coincidence. Yet the detective left Neil to sober up more for around 3 hours, and when he finally came back, Neil had a lot to say.
Hey, Mr. Howard, here's another water. I didn't know if you were still thirsty about it. Hey, I apologize. There's only two of us trying to get all this stuff done. Oh, we finally just came back from the house to let everybody else in with the search warrant and stuff. Like I told you, we had to do out there. We can't just go on consent. We have to do the search warrant that time.
The search warrant or a warrant for me?
No,
No,
search warrant for the house.
Let's just go in the house. I know you said you're aware of your rights. I still have to just read it. You're not waiving anything. You're not giving anything up. You're not signing away your rights. I'm simply just advising you of your rights so that you can tell us everything you want to tell us about the 10 days.
And it's only because we brought you here, you didn't come voluntarily that we were required to do it.
This is quick and easy, and then you can tell us something. All I want to do is read this to you and then listen to you, okay?
Neil did not hesitate to get straight into what he remembered before supposedly finding his mother dead. He made it clear his mother had a date over that night, one of many. He wasn't sure who this person was, as he claimed to never see a face. He said he stayed in the basement where he lived to give his mother privacy, and only got concerned when he heard the dog whining upstairs. But certain things were not adding up. But the detectives just allowed Neil to tell his story before pushing. But for around 10 minutes, Neil went completely off track, talking about his home life with his mom, the cat and the dog fighting, how many men she had over, and her drinking problem, clearly showing annoyance with it all. It made the detectives question, how can a son, who just discovered his mother was murdered, can sit complaining about their living situation, whilst bigger issues were at hand?
She's out there but I wish I went up there. But she told me, you know, you be mind your own fucking business. I said, Mom, you ain't just find a good man. My sister and my girl were constantly saying, what is your mom doing is dangerous. They're gonna shit their pants. They're gonna be like, why didn't you go up there?
So she calls you about 8:40. She's coming home, tells you to spruce up the kitchen.
Then you look at all this.
No, yeah, absolutely. So the spruce up the kitchen. You're downstairs. You hear the car.
I hear her leave her car.
You hear her park her car.
I can hear it because I hear the puppy.
Mm-hmm.
She leaves the back door wide open, both of them. But I mean, like the little dog, winter dog, can hear her out there. He's whining at the door, and then I hear the car door close. So that's when I'm going to go up there to spruce up the kitchen. Because she told me it's going to be a minute.
So did you see her at the house?
No, I didn't even see her.
Okay. So
I
when
could hear.
when you heard the other car,
the music up, that's when I heard the glass door. Maybe she ran him off, or maybe that was his deal.
what music did she think of?
She cranks up old Conway Twitty or old she got a guy. I'm gonna tell you this guy. I threatened this guy. Terry is his name. And she pays her. She don't need to work 3 jobs. Tom Caraker took care of all that. She has no bills. This guy, every day, she just was on his side to sue my other sister for 30 G's. This guy runs around town. We went to Pete's last week. And she goes, oh yeah, I'm in checkout with Neil right now. Do you want to come up here? He lives behind Pete somewhere back there. And I see her in the rearview mirror, and she's down there at Subway, and I'm sitting there with a house there years. She got the keys to the car. And you can easily see her cash in hand, giving cash and her gas card. Like, me and my girl, I got like 6, 7 doctor's appointments a week with his heart, and then cardiologist and all this, my team, whatever. And we asked her $10 in gas last week, and she goes, I can't afford it. And my sister finds a $600 Home Depot bill on the counter. What is it, Mom? You even bought a doorknob for this place. She's supporting this guy.
You just know his name's Terry?
Terry McFarland, I just really see my sister. I haven't been in Troy. I've been in my mom's about 4 months.
You've been back living there on?
I've been living in the basement there, taking care of
For how long?
Probably about 5 months.
Okay.
And I couldn't believe that, for one, they always, Mom, you're right on the phone meeting these guys on the internet, remember? When my last job told me about it, that how easy it was. And all to do this for sex. Tenders.
Yeah, I'll look it up. Tender?
Yeah. And come to find out, my mom's doing that.
Other than spending even more time complaining about his mother's dating habits and Tinder account, Neil actually said something useful for the detectives, something he thought would turn the spotlight away from him, but something that ultimately made this case point even more towards him. Neil mentioned how his mother, after her husband's death, had loads of money. According to Neil, he explained how his mother would give money to one of the men she was dating, Harry. He also expressed how he and his girlfriend would also find $600 receipts, whilst at the same time refusing to help her family with necessary medical bills, claiming she had nothing to give. The detectives, seeing how much built-up resentment Neil had for his mother, gave them an idea of the motive he could have to kill her. Yet they had to look into Neil's statement. The man Neil mentioned ended up being a man called Terry, not Harry. And after a quick interview with him, and various CCTV videos backing his version of events down to the minute, he was very quickly cleared for the night of the murder. With all focus on Neil, his story was about to get more and more confusing. And as this interrogation was going on, the forensics team found something damning in the house, something the detectives had no knowledge of yet.
Pushed the door, wouldn't be able to see how Mom was close.
Did you ever hear anybody else come in the house?
I heard them. I heard them banging off either the headboard or the dresser. And my mom wailing, and I'm just like,
Which bedroom is that though?
the bedroom right above the basement.
I'm standing at your front door. To the right
To the right. And they
is
were
what?
looking.
Hold on, follow me. To the right is what?
It's my sister's old bedroom.
If I'm going to the left, down the stairs,
That's
who's that
her.
area?
That's her.
And that's where she was at with the guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's two bedrooms.
No, they went back. I could hear her up there, and I heard her and one guy's over there talking. I heard him go to the other end of the house. And then
Where she lives?
Yes.
Or where that other spare bedroom is?
No, they went from the spare bedroom. You go in the house to the right.
Is that where they were having sex at?
Yes.
Okay.
And I guess they made their way down to her area.
Okay.
And then,
Now I'm understanding more. Thank you.
then all of a sudden the music picked up real loud. I don't know if it was for the sex noise, the banging, but I heard her talking to somebody.
Okay.
And then I heard her saying, "You ain't gotta leave. You ain't gotta go." And it wasn't because of me making noise.
Now you said everything's on your
Sorry.
no, you're fine. Everything's on your phone at the house, right? So we'll end up applying for a search warrant on that to go through that too.
I'm
Is there a
gonna go
pass?
home and get my sister back, man.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna get there, but you know, what you gotta understand is you're our only link at the moment. We've gotta have you readily available to
I'm
help us.
telling you, that her
Yeah.
phone is.
How do we get into her phone though? Does it have a
Do you
password or
have a
anything?
passcode or anything?
No, we talked on our way home later.
No. Here's what I'm saying. Well, your mom's phone, when she opens it up, does it have a passcode on it?
No,
It just opens up?
I never touch it. I know, I'm not that kind of person.
Do you know what?
I know, but
Do you know what carrier it is? Is it Verizon?
We have to be able to get in there to see all that on her phone.
All right, I'm gonna guess. Man, there's a stack of bills there. I bring the mail in every day I can tell.
If we go to search your phone, do you have a passcode on it? Okay. You have a problem if we do
I
that?
have my phone.
Okay. What about the cameras at the backside of the house? Do those even work anymore?
I doubt it. Sometimes I doubt it.
Gotcha. Was that wireless cameras that are back there? I always ask that.
I don't
If somebody
even
came out
know.
the back door, I want to see who it is.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I mean, like I said, I've been there,
You don't ever get to look at them or anything?
never seen it. I don't know how long ago that's been, man, I miss it, boy.
In the bedroom, at the very, those two bedrooms, that's where your mom stays all the time?
Yes, man,
Is there-
I'm not allowed to go down there.
So there's nothing in that room that's yours at all?
Nah.
There's nothing in any of that area of the house that's yours that belongs to you at all? Nothing, okay.
Maybe a sock, I don't know.
Laundry, okay, yeah.
No,
but I mean-
no, we're not allowed to go down there. Like, we go out the back door down the deck, that's why I knew I can now hear that sliding glass door.
Gotcha.
I mean, you look at her phone, that's where it's.
And you heard your mom talking
I
after
heard
that?
I heard my mom talking to the dog.
The detectives took on the strategy to not push Neil hard. They allowed him to speak freely, any detail that came to mind. This wasn't a coincidence or poor interrogation skill, but a chance to catch Neil in his own story, as he was their only suspect and witness.
She was talking to somebody,
And then they went out the sliding glass door.
but I'm trying to listen, I'm thinking I was waiting for her to go to bed, like, come on, she goes, come on, Wiener, let's go, you wanna go to bed? I never heard that.
That's what she calls the dog, is wiener?
Yeah,
Because it's a little wiener
a
dog.
little Wiener.
I get it.
Yeah, but I didn't hear that, and I get up and check to make sure that the back door is closed.
And that's what you did? You went upstairs to make
I
sure it
went
was closed?
upstairs, I heard the dog whining in her room.
And did you go in there?
No, I didn't open her door.
Her door was
I
closed?
went down there, I was like, Wiener, come here, Wiener, come here. And I know from a past that stuff happens from my family, I seen it. I automatically called you guys.
You know, what made you call us? And did you call 911 or what did you do?
Yes, automatically.
What made you decide to call us?
Because my grandma had an incident with my uncle that,
Who turned the music down? You said the music got turned up.
yeah, the music was cranking. When the cops got there, the music was blasting.
Okay. Did you go in? What I'm trying to
Oh, they told me.
Did you go in there?
I did.
And what did you see?
And I pulled off, like, the cover, the wiener dog was shaking it. Pulled off the cover and I went, oh my God.
What did you see?
They were standing right there. I said there's blood coming out of her nose.
And what did you see?
There was blood coming out of her nose and
Okay.
mouth. I seen it right there laying like this.
Did you see
I
anything
said
else
she's
around her?
No, I didn't pay attention. Wow, my legs are just shaking. I don't know. When I saw that, you guys were like, get the hell out.
Okay.
They were standing right behind me.
They just
They told me you go in there, and I'm like, I don't want to go in there.
But you did?
They told me to go.
That's what I'm saying, but you did go in there, right?
I know what I saw.
Did you see anything out of the ordinary on her?
On her, no.
About the way the room looked, any kind of, injuries to mama other than blood?
No, I never went in there.
No, the second time, when you did, when you said the police told you to go
No,
get her.
I said she ain't waking up.
Okay.
As you can see from the detective's tone, they are spotting some inconsistencies in Neil's story. The timing of things, the order of how things happen, keeps slightly changing. As seen here, when at first Neil insisted he never touched his mother's body, then saying he did shake her a bit, and this would get worse.
That guy is all about this guy.
What guy? The Terry guy?
Yeah, it's terrible, man. And I'm not, everybody, I didn't want to believe it. I'm sitting there, there's a door right by the back porch there, and I'm watching her getting cash and the gas card, and you ask her to borrow $10. So can I get the gas card? When my girlfriend gets paid, we'll pay you back. No, my sister's like, well, then let me see the gas card. And she's like, oh, this is my business. And
When's the last time your sister was at the house?
About a month and a half ago. We was expecting her yesterday.
When's the last time he was there?
But when the ambulance had to come get my mom a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Well, you know, was that recent?
He was there then?
He was there then, and then the ambulance didn't take my mom, and my mom said there was $200 missing out of her,
Neil kept trying to spin back to Terry, yet officers have cleared that route. On the night of Neil's mother's murder, Terry did share that he did visit her at work that day for a few drinks, then dropped her home. But that was it. And of course, CCTV confirmed this, which also brought to question, if Terry said he dropped her home and didn't see any other man there, Neil's story of a mystery date was becoming less and less likely. Crimes like ours are very hard to produce due to so many restrictions. That's why we made a Patreon where we leave nothing hidden. We keep it all raw. Our team consistently puts a lot of work on this Patreon, giving daily uncensored true crime videos and never before seen cases that unfortunately we aren't allowed to upload on YouTube. I am not forcing you to join, but if you would like to see the uncensored version of this exact video and many others we have, head over to patreon.com/solvedfiles or just click the link in the description. Now, let's get back to the case. The detective's approach for this whole interview was to just let Neil talk, and as it seemed, it proved to help them. His version of events at the crime scene and even throughout this interrogation was messy and inconsistent. The detectives left Neil for a few more hours and came back being a bit more head-on this time.
no, they didn't come back for about an hour.
And Neil, I don't doubt that they went on a date. I don't at all. I think that this guy, we're gonna identify him, we're gonna catch him. We're gonna find out who he is and what his story is.
Yes.
But what I'm concerned with is, again, I want to make sure that there's no stone left unturned, and I want to know what kind of person you are. I want to make sure that when I talk to you, that you're giving me the answers that are truthful 100%. You know what I mean? Because when the powers that be listen to our interview, I want to be able to tell them, hey, I talked to Neil, he's been 100% honest with me, it is what it is. Versus, hey, you know, he gave me this, and then it changed to that, and then it changed to this.
Same as what I told them.
And so I guess my biggest thing is consistency. And if there's anything that changes, I'm willing to start over and make sure that I have the story straight. And I can tell you, you know, here's what I've learned in my career. And I've been doing this for 25 years. And what I can tell you is that you have an A side, a B side, and the truth is C.
I've told you everything.
You know, and I can't wait to get the results from the skin that they lifted underneath her fingernails. Because if there was any kind of struggle whatsoever, anybody got scratched, it doesn't take anything for DNA to show up underneath her fingernails. So, you know, it's one of those things where if I have the opportunity to speak to somebody and they can say, look, here's the deal. We got into an argument, it got heated, and shit happened, and it is what it is. I didn't mean for it to happen. If that's the type of thing that happened, you know what? I can understand it.
We never got that heated. I didn't even know she passed until we got here.
No.
I had no idea.
Let me ask you a couple of questions then. What happened to your pants? Why did they get all ripped?
Oh man, these are work pants. You see paint. And these are the pants that you put something in the pocket and they end up in your shoe.
Okay, so you're saying...
Change. No, you can ask my old lady anything. How many times they told me to throw these away?
Well, yeah, it looks like they've about had all
They're
the...
pretty comfortable.
But you're saying that they've been like that.
They've been like that. Man, that's my girl.
Well, I have to ask. You have to understand that,
Oh,
right?
I didn't even think nothing of it.
Well, you have to understand why I'm asking you, right? I'm not accusing you. I'm just asking you.
No, man, I'm not scratched.
You're not?
No.
So during the entire incident, did she scratch you at all?
No.
No? Like
What incident?
like when you talked with her at all, like did you guys ever get into a physical argument or?
Never one time in my life we got this.
This detective took a slightly different approach and tried to catch Neil out by asking, Did she ever scratch you in the altercation to take Neil off guard? But Neil stayed insistent on his innocence till the end. So you have gotten this far into the story, which shows me you're pretty interested on true crime. So why not receive weekly updates on crime events that have happened across the world? It's totally free. All you gotta do is subscribe to my free newsletter, and you're good to go. Let's get back to the case. What the officer told Neil was important. Any DNA under Norma's nails would point them to the killer. But here was the issue. When the DNA results came back, there were no definitive matches to Neil Howard. In fact, one motion filed before trial noted that the DNA found under Norma's fingernails did not belong to him. Yet, this piece of evidence the forensics team found changed everything. They ended up finding the pendant of Norma's necklace under Neil's bed, whilst the broken necklace was still by Norma's body. And with further questioning with family members, the officers discovered that Norma never took that pendant off, which provided a huge discrepancy in Neil's story. With circumstantial evidence, inconsistencies in his timeline, and now physical items that suggested a direct connection to the crime scene, Neil Howard was immediately arrested and charged with first-degree murder, aggravated domestic battery, and aggravated battery, with the believed motive being Neil's disapproval of his mother's multiple dates and hookups. He pleaded not guilty, but was ultimately found guilty by a jury in June 2023. Neil was sentenced to 75 years in prison without the possibility of parole. Be sure to check out our Patreon for the never-before-seen crimes and all uncensored videos. Also, we have a huge growing community on true crime. Don't be the one who is missing out, and subscribe to all of them.